And we're driving the pink couch again today with Dean Dacko. Last time you were here, Dean, we were talking about a major disruptor in the marketplace, NDC. I thought you did a great job of explaining that.
Thank you.
And today we're going to tackle another market disruptor, and that is consolidation in the corporate arena. And corporate is where you live.
Exactly. Yeah.
So talk to me about the landscape and how it's changing.
So I think everyone can notice, and we've witnessed a significant amount of acquisition by, primarily international, foreign-based organizations who've targeted the Canadian market for acquisition, and with the strategy of recognizing that scale represents not only an opportunity for enhanced revenue, but also for relevance in terms of the brand and attracting both corporate customers as well as your leisure base in terms of your brand.
It's my understanding that on the corporate side, I mean, of course, any side of retail, but certainly on the corporate side, you need that volume in order to keep developing the technology. Because without the technology, the corporate customer is not going to work with you. You need to have all the bells and whistles, right? Because they expect it.
Absolutely. From a context of being able to support a network, the reality, and again, I think everyone can recognize in the business today that we rely so much on technology solutions to deliver efficiently the kind of service that our customers expect, and that both is in corporate side and on leisure side. In order to invest in that technology, because technology evolves so rapidly, there's so many new tools and resources available, but in order to keep up with that, because our customers are expecting it, you have to invest a lot. When you're a sort of medium or smaller independent organization, it's tough to keep reinvesting, because as you just amortize that last spend you just put in, now you realize you have to invest again. So with technology, the sort of the operating philosophy of any technology company I've ever seen anywhere in the world is that you build once and you sell 1,000 times. And so the notion is to spread that cost that you invest in terms of capital cost and those licensing fees across a multiple number of applications or users. So, in our case, you want to grow by scale, add new agencies, new agents to the market so that you can spread that cost and otherwise invest in that technology to support it.
So what I don't understand on the Uniglobe side is you mainly do not acquire retailers. And so therefore, are you a target for acquisition? I'm not understanding the differences between independent organizations that are being gobbled up and an organization such as Uniglobe.
Well, it really speaks to our model. And our model is, and how it has been, more of a franchise model where we provide the uniquenesses of supporting an independent operation. So the advantages of having an owner that is on-site and active and engaged in supporting their business alongside a brand such as Uniglobe with its international global scale that provides those tools to support that operation. So it's really a win-win type of scenario. When we think about where we are situated in the marketplace relative to whether we're a target or whether we're the prey or whether we're the on the other side of the equation. The notion is that what we're seeing is that in order to really keep up with the marketplace, having that advantage to keep up with that disruptor type of scenario, we have to grow. And so we're looking at creating, and more so for Uniglobe, it's been in business since 1981, that value proposition that's attractive to that independent agency that's looking to A, keep up with the technology that is becoming more and more difficult to support. B is to provide them with a brand relevance that's significant in the marketplace, because that's becoming more and more difficult to attract new audiences without a notion of having that more of a global orientation. And 3 is the ability to provide those enhanced supplier revenue deals.
With so many aggressive players in the market who do want to buy these retailers, does Uniglobe have enough of a value proposition to keep them as part of the franchise network?
So we believe that not only has it been relevant in the past, and like I repeat again, we've been in business for well over 50 years, but we think it's even more relevant today because where we're situated and the kind of that value proposition we provide is really in those three areas, those three pillars that we refer to of technology, brand, and supplier revenue support. But that it enhances that relationship between the agency owner and the franchisor being ourselves. And the notion is that if you want to stay independent, you still believe that you want to be a part of your business. And again, where that becomes so important is that there's nothing, you have such a more higher quality of service when the owner is responsible for that business.
Yeah, makes sense. So Dean, now with you at the helm, you're making yourself quite visible. The second time you're here, I think you're presenting, you're wanting to, is my impression anyway, present a new face of Uniglobe. What's the vision? Where are you taking the organization?
So again, all those, the vision, the target, the direction that we want to follow is really quite simple. It's a notion of looking to grow and expand. We, in order to keep up with the trend, that major disruptor of consolidation, we have to keep up with that. So we have to grow and scale. In order to do that, we have to make ourselves relevant and attractive to that audience. And so it's an investment in really sort of reinforcing what our value proposition has always been. So we're spending a lot of time and a lot of resources making sure that we have that best-in-class technology platform solution. We have an ability to secure very strong financials so that our audiences will see that that's an enhancement that they currently have. And three is all the things that, again, why we're here today, talking about a Uniglobe brand in a context where we're international, we're global, and we can provide that kind of solution that, to be honest, a lot of others can't at that sort of medium-sized independent level.
Interesting. And the West, are you going to create more of a national umbrella for the organization? Because we always think of it as two sort of separate entities.
Yeah. So the reality is that inside the industry, we recognize it as two separate companies. If you ask our customers or consumers who've recognized the Uniglobe brand for decades, they would not necessarily recognize that distinction. They would say Uniglobe, and they would not say Uniglobe East or Uniglobe West. They'd say Uniglobe.
Okay.
And how we evolve that so that we can actually be more clear in that, presentation of that brand, it makes much more sense to be recognized as Uniglobe Canada rather than sort of an East and West division. So we're moving in that direction. We're collaborating a lot more than we ever have, and if that's a personal vision of mine, it's certainly something that I'm focused on. And it's so far it's really resonating. It's being understood and accepted by not only internal but external audiences. All of our suppliers are looking at it, going, "Wow, it's about time." Why can't we talk as one organization and really support a broader national scope and focus? And so on the surface it just makes sense, and then underneath we're creating that pathway to make it happen.
Interesting. Well, I hear the passion in your voice, Dean, and I have no doubt that you will achieve those goals. Thanks for coming in again. Always interesting to chat with you.
Nina, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.